Hello there everybody, my name is Voxel and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be giving you 30 Demoman tips to hopefully improve your gameplay. So let's jump right into this. Tip number 1, stickies are the Demoman's main weapon. Use them to set traps in secluded areas and create choke points for the other team. Tip number 2, you should spread your stickies out and don't leave them somewhere for 3 minutes. They're invaluable in a firefight. Tip number 3, gain map knowledge to know the appropriate points to place stickies and launch pipes. Make an effort to learn where people like to hide and build nests. Regular grenades bounce, and you can do wonderful things once you get good enough to bounce them off things like doorways and window frames. Tip number 4, both the stickies and the pipes launch to the right of the crosshairs, so aim accordingly. Tip number 5, always reload. So many Demomen forget to reload and are only left with melee. Tip number 6, turn hit things to on. Use grenades or stickies to probe around corners and through windows. Tip number 7, learn when and where to hide stickies. There are tons of objects that don't have any physics attached, so you can walk and shoot through them. Traffic cones, loose bits of rocks, intel briefcases, and door lintels are some of the classics. Again, this is a map knowledge and experience thing, but hugely fun to experiment with. Tip number 8, prediction. Every class moves differently and at different speeds, and you need to know where they're going to be in the next 2 seconds or so if you want to hit anything. Cut off areas with your stickies to make it easier to predict where people are going to go. If you don't have auto reload on, turn it on. Every spare moment you have needs to be spent reloading. Don't be fooled by the sticky launcher's massive 8-bomb clip. You're going to have to run out fast and reloading takes forever. Tip number 10. When you're moving with the rest of your team, hang back a bit. None of your weapons are affected by range-based damage fall off, so act sort of like a mobile artillery piece. Tip number 11. 3 stickies kills the sentry, dispenser, and engineer. Tip number 12. Screw scouts. Try and let other people deal with them, and use stickies to prevent them from getting too close. If they get too close, try and hit them with your pipes, but don't expect too much success if they're not dumb. Tip number 13. Don't let any class get too close. The counter to the Demoman is not the scout or the pyro, but being just out of melee range. Tip number 14. I have a lot of success using either the pain train or the caber depending on the map, though the pan is a lot of fun. Tip number 15, remember that you can charge up stickies to fire them farther. Tip number 16, heavies with no medic are easy to kill with a pipe launcher. They're slow, fat, and easy to land 3 direct pipes on, which should kill them unless you get screwed by random damage spread. Tip number 17, make sure you spread your stickies just far enough that one shotgun blast can't destroy them all, but just close enough that you get the kill. Tip number 18, aim ahead with a grenade launcher. Shoot for where your enemies will be, a bit like the rocket launcher, but more delayed. I believe, also, get to know the arc of the grenades. 19, put stickies where people don't see them, ceilings or behind wall nooks. Tip number 20, spam your pipe bombs. TF2 is a very spammy game. Tip number 21, practice and love your pipe bomb launchers. Know the pillow's curve slowly below the crosshairs circle and how they roll. Tip number 22, learn to sticky jump. Tip number 23, medics with crits are your best friend. Tip number 24, your stickies can go through their spawn entrance. You can spawn camp that way. Tip number 25, when you are not pushing payload or leaving spawn, shoot a few stickies behind you at your feet along the way. Detonate them randomly in case a spy is behind you. Tip number 26, you need to be overly aggressive. Hurt people. Get in their faces. Close the range. You can plan your attack while you're doing it, move forward with full clips, and you're golden. Set them up with your stickies, knock them around and get through the air and splash at their feet. Get someone up in the air and it should be easy to put another 1 or 2 stickies where they're gonna land. Tip number 27, you must realize players react to your stickies. You can hurt them with fear or damage. Do it. You have real ultimate power. You can juggle uber pushes with the explosive push from multiple stickies. 2 is good enough to kick pyro medium class into the air, though I suggest 3 or 4 to be safe. Heavy requires at least 3 to get them airborne. Tip number 29, your explosives kick enemy demos stickies around. This is actually quite useful if you're in a demo versus demo fight, or just want to push forward a bit. Push their stickies back down the scary hallway. Chances are they'll blow them up before they try to add more, giving you an opening. Tip number 30. Last but not least, you need to practice. practice everything. You need to understand how people react to attack them, and everyone acts differently. You must find the patterns within the classes. So that's the end of the tip video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a little bit of time left, so I'm going to quickly talk about my channel. So if you were just here for the tip video, you may leave. If you're here and you want to know more about future updates, please stay. Woohoo! So, yeah, I have so many new things to do now in the future. I'm gonna be doing a lot of live streaming, so you can see a lot of live streaming announcements. Those will also be on my Twitter page. I also have a Twitter page. Don't really do anything on it yet, but if people start tweeting me, I'll definitely tweet back. Also, I have a Steam group, and on the Steam group, I'll be posting, game announcements if I'm playing TF2 and I want somebody to join, or other things like that. So you should definitely go check that out. Link is on my channel, and I'll also put one in the description. What else? Yeah, I'm really happy because a lot of people are, adding me on Steam and talking to me, and it's a lot of fun because a lot of you are really skilled, and it's great to talk to you guys. But just one thing, I'm totally fine with you adding me on Steam, and I'm really excited to talk to all of you and happy to talk to all of you. But the one thing that I will not be releasing is my Skype. I gave it to one person. That was just because we were doing some Uber spying, but he's going to probably be the only person. So thank you for that. Wow, I still have more time. Wow. Going to Comic-Con soon. I got 2 tickets, one for me, one for my brother. So that's going to be a ton of fun. Maybe I'll do a video from there. Oh my gosh, I still have more time. What else should I talk about? Wow. Yeah, also, a new video of Black Light Retribution should be going up. I did really well. I'm trying to think of a topic. I have a few topics in mind. I'm just trying to think what should be best. Gotten really obsessed with Black Light Retribution. I just downloaded it like yesterday, and I already have like a lot of hours played on it. Or I think I have a lot of hours played on it. It's a lot of fun. So I'm probably gonna post a few videos on that. I already have one, and I did pretty well in it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. Thank you for watching. My name is Voxel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. You can just watch the end of this clip.